to right around sunrise, dropping into the 20s very quickly. This is a powerful cold front. But before we get to the cold air, we've got to talk about thunderstorms. A new tornado watch is in effect for Johnson, Logan, Scott, Sebastian, and LaFleur counties here in the Southern River Valley. It does include Fort Smith, but generally the storm threat's right here, and usually you get a couple extra counties just in case around it. I think most of them will be closer to Texarkana for the greatest rotation, but we'll be watching. Couple different areas to keep an eye on. First off, you see all these storms right now with one severe thunderstorm warning headed towards Little Rock. We don't have to worry about those anymore. They've already passed. We've already had some of those on and off throughout the evening, especially in Fort Smith and Poto and Clarksville and Waldron. But then here's another batch coming in. This is going to impact northwest Arkansas. There's some wind right on the edge, up to about 45 miles per hour. To get a severe thunderstorm warning, you have to hit that 58 mile per hour threshold. So we're not quite there yet. Could we? Possibly. The storm is slowly strengthening a little bit as it crosses towards the state line. So watch out for this here within the next 30 to 50 minutes across northwest Arkansas, crossing the state line. So metros, watch out here by about 11 p.m. But then farther to the south, you don't see a lot going on, but we're probably going to see more storms develop here shortly on the western end of this tornado watch as that front gets closer and as these clouds are spreading. This is some drier air that's starting to come in. So technically there's what's called a dry line right here. So between the clearer skies and the cloudier skies. And so there could be some more development here. If we get some more development right here, it could try to skim parts of the Southern River Valley between midnight to about 1:30 in the morning. After that, I think we just go back to some light rain showers. The severe threat's done, but then we've got to talk about the cold air. The cold air is going to blast us in the morning. Many of us will see a 10 to 20 degree temperature drop in about 2 hours. And that causes some problems that we got to talk about. First off, the thunderstorms will be out here. So we've got this thunderstorms coming to northwest Arkansas here close to 11 o'clock, crossing over I-49 and getting on the other side of the interstate, closer to about 11:30. But there could be more storms that develop south and then try to impact parts of the river valley. See, they're close to more 1:30 or 2. And that could skim us, but then it's out of here. The tornado watch is really impacting storms farther south, but we're right on the edge. So we got to watch that until about 2. Then afterwards, it's just some light rain, but then colder air comes in. We're in the 40s and some 30s, but we're dropping very quickly. Notice how quickly we dropped to some low 20s just throughout the morning. This is 7:30. Many of us headed out for work. Many of us staying home for school because of a lot of closings out there. But here's the thing, it's not a lot of snow. Overall, we've noticed with the storm system that it's taking a little bit more of a northerly track. So that's increased our storm threat. And we've got a tornado watch now in effect for the Southern River Valley. But it's also decreased the snow threat. We've got some snow out there, but we'll see. Maybe a dusting, very much up to an inch. That would be probably about it, though. The problem with this is that even if it doesn't really accumulate very much, you'll get some snowflakes on the road, which will eventually melt. But the flash freezing that could take place because it just stays so cold all morning long and into the afternoon. So snowfall's tough. We'll see what happens, but it does seem like it's trending lower and lower. I went ahead and took away the 1 to 2 inch mark in the mountains. There's just not a lot of moisture on the backside because everything's pulling up a little bit farther to the north away from us, more towards Missouri. But we could get up to an inch. That doesn't mean you get an inch, though. There's a good chance that some of us don't get anything in a couple of these blue spots, but generally about a dusting, maybe up to an inch in northwest Arkansas and the River Valley, dusting in spots or nothing. But because of the rain, and if you do get snow flurries and they melt on the road, there will be a flash freezing problem in the morning. Here's why. 40 degrees-ish around 6 a.m. In 2 hours, we're down to 25 degrees, and we stay in those 20s all day long. Harsh northwest winds, feeling like it's close to 11 or 12, because we'll have some gusts near 40 miles per hour. There is a wind advisory coming up for tomorrow. So when that happens, if the road's damp, it could try to refreeze or flash freeze in certain spots, especially bridges and overpasses. In the River Valley, we have that threat as well. We'll maybe have a slightly slower decrease, and we won't get as cold. It's going to be cold, though, of course. Headed down to maybe upper 20s at times in the mornings, and then maybe we rebound just a touch. There'll be some sun in the afternoon, but boy, it's going to be nasty cold and windy, and we could have some refreezing problems as well. So trying to forecast that is tough because every road is different. Depends on traffic and all that kinds of stuff, how many tires are hitting the road. But there is a high chance that we get some flash freezing in northwest Arkansas and a lower medium chance throughout the River Valley. Something to watch. Also, something to watch will be this weekend. We get a break Saturday, But by Sunday, we've got this dry blowing snow coming in. It starts right after lunchtime or so. It spreads in. Latest trends is that it's a little bit weaker. It's dry. There's not a lot of moisture, but we'll be able to squeeze out some snowflakes over us, and we could get a few inches here at home. It's a little early to talk about snowfall totals. We just want to give you kind of a rough idea. We've been seeing these snowfall totals over 20 inches on social media that you see random people post. I don't know what's going on there. They post
Those
one
are not
model
meteorologists.
run.
Yeah.
Right, so you got to be tough with those. Take those with a grain of salt. Could we get a little bit more than what I just showed you? Sure, but right now it's going to be very snowy and windy there in the evening. Still 2-3 inches. That's still a decent amount for us here
That's
at home.
something.
That's why we have that yellow weather alert. But the bigger story, maybe the cold that comes after it.
Oh, that's going to be miserable. And you were just saying that the snow is not really even snowman making weather.
No, it's going to be that dry, dusty snow. This is the snow they get in the Dakotas and Minnesota. It's not the fun snow. This is the snow that just kind of whips around and smacks you in the face because it's so windy and dry. It's not the best.
That's not what we ordered.
No.
Darn.